coming up shortly. But first we head to Talca Park, where it was a battle of the Rovers. Shamrock Rovers took on Sligo Rovers, knowing a win could take them into the top 4.
In a scrappy opening period at Talca Park, both sides found it difficult to keep possession and chances were at a premium. The visitors came closest to breaking the deadlock in that time. Chris Turner found some space to fire in a shot from outside the box, which Barry Murphy got down well to save. It took 20 minutes for the host to threaten. Derek Pender's dangerous cross was missed by Andy Myler, but still had to be diverted to safety by Tomislav Arkaba. On 25 minutes, the Hoops should have gone in front, but David O'Connor volleyed straight at the keeper from close range after Pender's corner kick. Fran Kodosevic tested Murphy from this free kick before the break, but the teams went in scoreless. As the first half had, the second half started scrappily. That was until Cassidy fired an effort narrowly wide from the edge of the area. Sligo's forays forward became more and more sporadic, and Keith Boy's free kick was as close as they came in the second half. 10 minutes from time, David McGill caused trouble down the visitors' left flank. His cross was missed completely by Tadhg Purcell. O'Connor blazed over at the back post. McGill himself came close with time ticking away. Arkaba did well to keep his volley out. But just as it seemed Sligo would hang on for a point, the home side came up with a winner 4 minutes into stoppage time. Paul Cook will be unhappy that his defence failed to clear the ball fully as Shamrock Rovers players swarmed all over the box. It eventually found its way to Ger Rowe, and the striker showed great composure to take his time and curl in a left-footed effort. The ball ended up in the net, although question marks must be asked about the goalkeeping. Arkaba got a strong hand to the ball and possibly should have pushed it to safety. So 1-0 and the points were Pat Scully's sides, but there was still time for even more late drama. Right from the kick-off, a fight broke out between the two sets of players. When order was eventually restored, referee Paul Chute dismissed Hoops midfielder Danny O'Connor and Sligo's Peter Badzak.
It was a shame what happened at the end. I thought they overreacted. It was a 50-50 tackle. I thought Derek Pender went for the ball. There was nothing malicious in it. I think they waded in, throwing punches and stuff like that. No, I feel a bit sorry for Danny O'Connor because, a lot of people say, you shouldn't retaliate. It's very difficult when someone tears into you and starts punching you in the face. It is very, very difficult, and I thought Danny just basically defended himself. So I don't really have much of a problem with my players' behaviour for that. I thought their reaction was way over the top.
From my point of view, you'd say that, from our lads, it was very disappointed at conceding a goal. From their lads with the euphoria of scoring, I think both sets of teams were involved in it. It'd be lovely, and not an ideal word, if we could all just shake hands and walk away and say, well, put it down to experience. Obviously, if there's people watching, I don't think that'll happen.
We've got good players, and tonight I thought we really went out and played really, really well. We were very, very positive, and it keeps us nicely in there. We're nicely in there. As I said, maybe you would like to be a little bit closer to the Drotters and Pats and people like that, but I said we've made mistakes and we've got to learn from that.
Sligo Rovers game, Paul, late drama in that match, and after back-to-back defeats, Pat Scully will be delighted to get back to winning ways.
He'll be very happy. I think Rovers have done very well. They've done extremely well for a side promoted from the first division. They're sitting in 4th place in the table. They're on 14 points. They're a little bit off the pace, but I think Pat will be looking, in all honesty, to be beating the sides below them at the moment, and the Longfords, Waterfords, Braves, sides like that. And if he can sneak a few points from the top teams, the top 4 or 5 teams, he'll be more than happy. And I can see them consolidating the position there in the table, and that they could push up to be a top 4 side this season.
They kept at it, Paul, and the goal came something like 4 minutes into added time. They got the reward in the end, but talk us through the goal here, because Sligo had umpteen chances of clearing the ball.
Yeah, they had. Paul Cook will be sick, as a manager, can see the goal so late, number 1. I think we counted four opportunities they had to clear it, and the ball should have been just put out onto the Drumcondra Road at that stage in the game. It's just bouncing around, bobbing around. You need somebody just to throw themselves in there and get rid of it completely. And he does well, J-Rowe, but I really question the keeper.
Got a full hand to that.
Got a full hand. I don't know if it was even going in. He pans in. I don't know what he tried to do. He tried to push it over, but he pans it back in the opposite direction the ball was going, and it just sneaked in at the post. So questionable as to whether
that was
whether
part
it was
one of
going
delayed
in.
drama, Paul. This is part two of delayed drama.
But this we picked out. Paddy picked out a fella here, and he's going to box in the stadium next week. He's wearing a yellow bib there, and he sneaked in with a slide at punch, and nobody's saying him. No, I mean that's on call for, and I'd say Paul Cook is probably right. Frustration on behalf of the Sligo players conceding the goal. Unfortunately, we didn't see the incident, that led to the melee. But
two sending offs there.
Danny O'Connor's unlucky, and really, when you look at that, I mean, if you were to analyse that and go through it, there probably could have been 7 or 8 players that were sent off. The rule is, if you raise your hand, if you intend to strike somebody, you should be sent off. So, I mean, there were lots of punches thrown.
That's coming in as well. I don't think would ever help a situation like that either. I mean, the manager, I don't think should be coming in.
Well, maybe in his defence, he was just trying to get his own players away from the
Yeah, but don't you know that
something similar, Paddy, in the Carling Cup final, didn't we, with Wenger on the pitch and Mourinho?
Yeah, it can cause all sorts of problems. You're going to get bodies away and keep away from them and try and get somebody calm in there. Somebody like you. Calm. That'll be the day.
What about Sligo, Paddy? Concern for them? They picked up just 1 point now in the last 5 matches.
Sure, yeah. I mean, they need to start picking up points very, very badly, and they're not really winning at home either. If a team can start getting their home games right and win at home, you've got a chance of sneaking something away from home. But if you're not winning your home games, you're leaving yourself a real mountain to climb. Paul Cook is just in. He's going to get to grips now with the situation, and hopefully Sligo will start picking up points and getting up the table.
Have you been impressed with Rovers their first season back?
A team with Pat Scully as manager will always be extremely difficult to beat, because the one thing that he does do, and does it very well, he gets his back four sorted out straight away. And I'd say that his motto is, if you don't concede, you're not going to lose. And they're going to be very difficult. Another clean sheet the other night. Like Paul, I can see them being a top 4 team.
Okay.